families, welcome to our weekly VODCAST. Happy Memorial Day weekend to all of you. I hope that you guys are enjoying the somewhat beautiful weather in the daytime until it starts storming at night and the 3-day weekend. I come to you today, guys, with only a couple of VODCASTs left in our 5th grade year. So, I want to get right to it. We have so many important announcements to get to, guys, because the next couple of weeks are an incredibly exciting couple of weeks for a 5th grader and for a 5th grader's family. So, first of all, tomorrow, guys, Monday, is a day of no school in observance of Memorial Day, remembering all of those individuals who sacrificed their lives for our freedom. A couple of other quick announcements, guys. On Wednesday, we have our final SOL, the Math SOL. That is happening on Wednesday. Same routine as the last two, guys, because your scholars have put forth so much incredible effective effort. Don't forget, make sure they get a good night's rest on Tuesday night. They come to school with their Barrett effective effort and attitude, and breakfast will be ready for them upon arrival. So, final SOL coming up on Wednesday. A couple of other quick announcements, guys. 1 week from today, Sunday, next Sunday, June 2nd, we actually have a Barrett Academy graduation practice scheduled at North Stafford High School from 4 to 6 p.m. I hope that everyone's able to make it. Essentially, who we have invited would be all 5th graders, since the 5th graders have a lot of different things to practice, and then anybody additionally who has a speaking role. So we have a lot of 3rd and 4th graders who have speaking roles, so they'll also be joining us next Sunday as well from 4 to 6 p.m. All you got to do, guys, is drop your scholar off over at North Stafford High School under the sign, the sign on the main building that says North Stafford High School. We'll be standing there ready to go, and then you can pick your scholar up at that very same time, 6 p.m., right at that doorway. Please let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about that, guys. I am willing to come and pick scholars up. This is a really important practice for a number of reasons. Number one, we have to get used to kind of the much larger space. We have to run through a couple of things for our 5th grade portion, and it's very important for us to get used to the microphones, especially anybody who has a speaking role. So that is coming up, guys, next Sunday, June 2nd, from 4 to 6 p.m. at North Stafford High School. All leading up to the most epic night of the evening. Next Saturday, June 8th, is our Barrett Academy graduation at 6:30 p.m. at North Stafford High School. Guys, it is going to be so phenomenally magical. I hope that you guys can all make it. It is just, I have no words for how incredible it's honestly going to be, guys, because it's a celebration of the Room 21 rock stars and how hard that they have worked all year long. It's a celebration of the family that they have become, and it's a celebration of everything that they have internalized being a part of Barrett Academy. So next Saturday, June 8th, 6:30 p.m. Make sure you invite your entire neighborhood, guys. It's free, open to the public. It is going to be phenomenal. A couple of other quick announcements, guys. The 5th grade team will be sending home kind of a 5th grade end of year page, and it basically has all of the dates for the very last week of school, all of the happenings, what your scholar needs to bring to school each of those days. Look for that to come home this week, because we have so much going on the final week of the school year for the 5th graders, including Dare Day, Water Day, 5th grade promotion, and then finally the last day of school. So check out all of that stuff, guys. It's absolutely very important, and that will be coming home this week. And then finally, guys, our camping trip. This past week, I sent home information about our annual class camping trip at Wilderness Presidential Resort. I was able to secure the campsite from Monday, June 17th to Tuesday, June 18th. I would love for you to come and join us. Just no siblings, please. Just fill out that paper. You can also follow our Sign Up Genius link, guys, to see what we need to make the trip an incredible success. So that came home this week. Just send that back at your earliest convenience. It is so epic. It's such an amazing way for the Room 21 rock stars to kind of have one last hoorah as a class, and it's just really awesome, guys. So please let me know if you have any questions about the class camping trip taking place the first 2 weekdays after the year lets out. And then finally, guys, today you're going to find that the weekly strategy session is mainly centered around the math review that I sent home for you to work on this weekend if you would like to. I have an answer key provided, etc. So you'll see that in a second as I transfer you over to the weekly strategy session. See you guys on the other end. Hello, Rockstars. Welcome to our weekly strategy session. I am at the home of Room 21, sites.google.com/staffordschools.net/Room21 Rockstars. Guys, we're really closing out the weekly strategy session this week for house points as we prepare for our final SOL, the math SOL. So really this week I'm going to be focusing on different ways that you can prepare this weekend at home and on Tuesday for the math SOL. So the very first thing that I'm going to show you guys would be the review questions that I provided you with on field day that you could take home this weekend. The reason that I really like this guide, and I went through it as well, guys, to answer each one, is because in some ways you can kind of pick and choose. If there's a skill that you would really like to work on in preparation for the math SOL, you can go to that particular section. If you want to go through the entire thing, you can also make that happen as well. So you'll see that the guide is actually available right here as well on the screen. So if you for whatever reason lost this booklet, you can print this out, etc. And the only question that I thought was a little interesting, guys, because of the copy machine would be number 4 right here because of the shading. So now you can see the shading there. That will make a little bit more sense in answering that particular question. Now, here's what I did for you guys. If you click on weekly review, you're going to see that I created an answer key and I went in order. And what I kind of did for some of the questions was I also added my thinking with that question. So maybe we had a strategy in class with that particular question type. Maybe we talked about something. Maybe there was a key word that really kind of changed the direction in answering the question, etc. And you'll see that I kind of did that if you go on through. So yes, I have the answer key here for you guys because it's kind of like a self-check. You can go through it and say, I'm having trouble with this one. Okay, the answer is 23. I wonder how that is possible for that to be the answer. So this is an amazing way for you to go through and make that happen, guys. The only questions that are a little off from our SOL would be the only 2 on equivalent measurements. And you guys may elect to just skip those 2. You all told me that you want to work on equivalent metric measurements a little bit more in class. So that's actually one of the tasks and activities that I have planned for class on Tuesday because there was overwhelming response that we wanted to work on equivalent measures. But if you look at these 2 questions, I don't know if you can see them. I believe that they are number 31 and 32. The only information that you're going to need here, guys, would be for 31, you would just want to say 1,000 milliliters equals a liter. And for number 32, you would want to say 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. Remember, our new SOL says that they are going to provide kind of the 1 equivalent measurement, and then you have to do the same with those same measurements. So I'm providing that for you because that was the only question not really written in terms of your SOL, guys. But everything else I went through, I thought everything was really great practice in preparation for the SOL, guys, coming up on Wednesday. So you have the answer key here. You also have this. If you complete this guide, okay, I'm just going to put one big old price tag on it. It is going to be worth 500 house points. Yes, you heard me correctly, Room 21 Rockstars. 500 house points, but you must show your work. Because I have the answer key available here to you guys, you cannot just go through and circle the answers and then turn it in for the 500. I have to see all of your work or else you're not getting the 500 house points. Now, we know that there are sometimes a couple of questions where you just can't show work. It's just kind of like a knowledge-based question. That's fine. But the other questions, this is math, guys, so that's there. It also tells you, for the most part, where you can and cannot use a calculator. A couple of those areas are a little off, but again, we talked about it, for instance, like rounding will probably be on the calculator portion of your test, but you really can't use a calculator for that type of question just because it's not possible. So that is available there, guys. 500 house points. Turn it in on Tuesday. It's going to be epic. And if you forgot the booklet or you lost it, it's right here, guys. And if you can't print it out at home, all you got to do is write these answers, write your work down on a sheet of paper. on the back of a pizza box, on the back of a cereal box, whatever works for you. As long as you show your work, 500 house points there. And don't forget, the answer key is available right above. Now, as always, I still have up all of the different skills and topics that we practiced this year, guys, and their particular links. So you can also feel free to go to any of these links. A few of you said you wanted to work on prime and composite numbers. Maybe you'll go to that site in particular. This week, I'm going to provide any problem that you do on here will be worth 5 house points as long as you show your work. So this is kind of a way, guys, for you to say to yourself, what do I still need to work on? What's really something that, I need to look at and make it happen? The only other thing, guys, and I forgot to link it up before I filmed this, but it's available it'll be available in 2 places. Number 1, it's available in a S'more newsletter that I send out to your parents. And number 2, it will also be available under the weekly strategy session and on Classroom, and that would be the Math Vocabulary Quizlet. That's another great study source to make sure we have down all of the language of the discipline, all the language of math in preparation for our Math SOL. And I also love that review Quizlet, guys, because it provides the equivalent fractions and decimals that are so incredibly vital for us to know in preparation for the Math SOL on Wednesday. So I'm sure you're probably saying, Mr. Reichard, what in the world is the secret hashtag this week? And I'm just going to make it nice and simple and take it back to the good old days. And that would be hashtag show your work. Hashtag, sorry guys, the lights are turned off in the class. Hashtag show your work. That is how you can get 10 extra house points for the week. But again, our major focus this week would be the review booklet that I provided you that takes you standard by standard by standard, kind of like our review was structured on Thursday. It will lead to tremendous success, scholars, as long as you follow kind of that blueprint. If you are stuck on a question, if you're having trouble with a question, go to Classroom, make a comment on our wall. I immediately get the notifications and I will get on there and write you back, or I'll film a video or something to help to clarify that particular concept, scholars. So if there's anything that's kind of a bit of a struggle for you right now, go on there, check it out. I'll be on to help you. That way that you're not kind of stuck with that uncertainty until Tuesday. Guys, I'm so incredibly proud of you. But at this time, I got to send you back over to Mr. Reichard in person. Room 21 Rockstar families, I hope that you enjoy the remainder of the Memorial Day weekend. I hope you have an incredible time with the family. You have some time to relax in the next couple of days, because the end of the year is upon us and it is going to be incredibly magical, but at the same time, incredibly busy. So, as always, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please do not hesitate to contact me. You guys are the very best families in Stafford County, Virginia, and I will see you right here next week.